Hello, hi, good evening, beauty people. How are you? I hope you all are good. Okay. So, today we are going to talk about the color. Okay. So, on last classes, we started with the wireframing and creating mock-up, and then we learned some basic understanding of component. Okay. And then using auto layout feature, and we started learning about the 8-point grid system also. Well, on today's sorry, now on today's class, we are going to learn about the color. See, in design principle or while creating a user interface or anything, that it's what do you call it? We need to understand the color, and based on the product uh, or company or organization standard, that we need to select a specific color. Okay, so there is a few basic things that you need to understand. Okay, regarding the color. Okay, well, there is a few basic things. So, for example, let's say if it is like you are choosing a red color, then this red color means excitement, strength, love, and energy. Sometimes a kind of revolution kind of things also it shows red. So if you are choosing a red color for any particular brand, try to communicate these emotion with the company, whether it is actually or not. For example, let's say there are other color. Okay, I'm not going to explain one by one. So orange has one different, yellow has one different, green, okay, blue, pink, purple, brown, black, and white. These are the like a color, basically main color, and under that we can see what do you call excitement. Or for example, if it is the red, then so excitement something. Orange is confidence, success, bravery. So yellow is creativity, green nature, trust, blue trust, okay, pink compassion. So yeah, these are the color theory that color emotion that we can see, and it actually related. For example, if we go with the Apple product or Apple company, then they are following black and white. Okay, so on their brand. So simply you can see here formality and the clean simplicity. Like these are the things, and black comes like bold and luxurious also. Okay, well, this is how the color like tapped or connect with the person. For example, if you see the Fanta, the soft drink, the Fanta colors has a orange. Okay, so it's like fun, and Coca-Cola has a different color, like a kind of reddish, but a different kind of color. But logo for the logo has a red, and that is kind of excitement, energy. So it gives a kind of vibe. Because of that, the color choose. Okay, so whenever you are working with the what do you call fun, energy, a kind of warm, like something a little bit happiness. Okay, then we go for the yellow color. Okay, so and yeah, I don't know whether you may have realize or not. So see, purple also used for the creativity also, and pink especially. I don't know how many people are like if feel kind of I'm not here trying to be a bias, but like soft, okay, and nature, female's nature, not completely like the real nature, but female nature, like very trustworthy kind of feel, sweet, soft kind of things, and we can see lots of this color in the women's product. And blue is related with the trust, peace. Okay, these are the things that we can see. Actually, peace is quite related with the white also. Yeah, and these are the color that we have to try to think. So, as a beginner, so first, while you are creating a user interface, you don't have to think very much color, cause uh, if you are working on any specific company, then they have a brand guideline, and based on their brand guideline that you have to create. But let's assume that you are working in a startup company. Okay, there is no any structure, there is no any like brand guideline, that it is your job to create a kind of a brand guideline for the company. or any kind of user interface or any application. Okay, so then what you have to do is you have to think first what kind of company is about. Okay, so based on that you can create and you can choose a color. Well, obviously the red, orange, yellow, green, blue are these are not only the color that we have lots of what you called colors and we can play around. So how to choose the color? So this is a kind of color theory or wheel, we can say color wheel. So from there is a you can see one, two, three, four, five different what do you call criteria or types that you can choose the color. Okay, so for primary color there is always RGB, you can say, or let's say sorry yellow, blue, and red. These are the main primary color. Okay, and from those primary color, mix up with those primary color, then comes other variation, shades of color, saturated color, fade of color. Okay, so these kind of variation that we can get from these main three different color. So let's say complementary means it's just a kind of opposite. Okay, just the opposite of the color is complementary each other. For example, if you are putting any one color in a background, then if you try to put a complementary color in foreground, then it will be completely a contrast in between those different. So here you can see for example red and green are complementary color. Okay, so if you are playing a red and if you want to use other color that is complementary with red, that means that is green. So how you can find? Okay, so secondary means the just the next color of this what do you called yellow, blue, and red. Okay, so analog means a kind of what do you called shade of same color. You can see there is a mix of the red and orange kind of, and mix of orange and I think green, no, red. Okay, these are the color. Just a second, give me a second. Huh? I think someone is knocking my door. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. Okay, so well, and analogs is kind of similar color, and monochromatic is actually a different shade of color and territory. So these are the colors that you can choose any specific color. Okay. So whenever, let's say now you might think how we can choose the color and how we can apply this complementary, secondary, and analogs or monochromatic color. Okay. There are lots of online tools from that you can get the idea that you can apply. So here there is one basic tool. Let's say Adobe color is there. So whenever you want to explore the color and you want to select the color for one particular project, then you can get from this. Okay. So yeah, this is a kind of color wheel. Okay, based on the color theory, it will give a monochromatic. Okay, and you can select any color. For example, if you like red color and if you want to play with the red color, so yeah, you can get the color and you can create a one, two, three, four, five different color pattern. Okay, there are other rules also. 60, 30, and 10% means try to use your what do you call using while using a color there is a 60, 30, and 10 color, but today I'm not going to introduce that principle because here I'm just giving you a basic idea about the color and how you can select your color for the project, any project. So, and triad color is three different color to each other, and complementary obviously it's just the kind of opposite. Okay, it's split complementary one, uh, divided on one side. Well, double split and a square, compound. Okay, shade means obviously one particular color, and you can create a multiple other variation of one particular color. And custom means it's your preference how you want to use and how you want to like choose a like color variation. It depends upon your understanding towards the color. And there are other accessibility tools. Means, for example, once you choose a color here, let's select one color. Let's select this one. No, let's choose any other color. Okay. So for example, we choose this color. Okay, and we can use the hex code and here accessibility. So what I did is here I put this color for the background. Okay. What is happening? Yeah, this color is for a background I choose. And here we can see the accessibility. The contrast ratio is very less. Okay. So, and here also we can see the result. So it is showing fail, fail. So if we try to use a pink color, let's say pink, okay, color and yellow color text, it won't be visible. Okay. So what we have to do is we have to try to play around. So choose any other different color. Let's select any other color, how that looks. I will go with the darker color. Okay. How it will look. Okay. See, you can see the changes here. And yeah, it looks good. And we can check, this is how we can check the accessibility and whether the background and text or foreground items will be different or not. See, we can see the smallest text area here a little bit bigger, and here we can use the same color variation with the graphic element or components. Okay, so that if we are trying to build icon and on background there is a different color, and if we are applying any other different color for the our element, and we can compare whether the both the color are giving a good contrast or not, whether the icons will be visible in even in a small screen or not. So this is how we can example or we can test. Okay, and then we can finalize the color, whether for example if we see generally background must be dark, but it depends upon your completely your project. Okay, so whenever we see on our mobile app, we can see the white background. Here also we can see the white background, and other elements are in black. Or you can just go opposite. See, here in menu we can see the dark background and the white bright color. So this is how you can play with the ratio and try to be accessibility. For example, just go vice versa. Don't go with the similarities or what do you call this, monochromatic colors. Don't go with this. For example, if you are selecting this color for the background, and if you try to apply this color for the foreground, then it won't be good. Okay. Here you are selecting one color. This is completely a one color. It's just you are using a one color shade up. So previously I mentioned whenever you are working with any application or any kind of project, then you have to choose one particular color. So for example, I choose this color. Let's say I'll select this. I see. Okay, this is my color, and I will apply here as a monochromatic, and I will apply here. Okay, so this is how I can bring the monochromatic color of single out of single color, and then I can play with it. Okay, so when I need to play, then what I can do is I can apply, for example, if I need to create any dark or any hover or a CTA that is a little bit primary and I need to focus it, then I can choose the dark color for the background of that CTA button, and then I can give a white text, or maybe I can use this. Let's say whether this theory well works or not. So I'm choosing this, what do you call color, and I will screenshot here. Okay, I can save and download, but I'm taking a screenshot so that will be easy for me to copy and paste. So I pasted here. I'll create one rectangle box. Okay, and I will choose the eyedropper tool, and I applied, and I will let's say learn more. I'm creating one simple button, and I will apply a little bit bigger text so that we can see. Okay, yeah. Okay, and I will choose. Let's let's select the same from here. See, this is a little bit. So sorry. Yeah, this is a little bit visible. Okay, it gives. Okay, yeah, it is like a. What do you call it? We can see the text and button. But still, if you think no, we need much more lighter text, then what we can do is we can go with and play with the variation. See, this is how we are still under the one specific color, but we are giving a variation out of one color. So if you do this, then what happens? Your project looks like a very balanced and it gives a good vibe. Okay. Let me show you that I'm working on one project or not. I will give you a, yeah. Okay, I'll show you one project. Well, okay, this is one company's what do you call website, okay, ticket booking application, and at the same time it's a website also. So for the first screen, if we see, so our main menu is in white background, and I'm giving a blue, what do you call, a little bit dark blue text color for the element so that it can stand out. And for the hover effect and active effect, I'm applying a yellow color. This is my project that I have done, and you can see the if you want to check the what is called our file, then I can show you. Just to give me a second, I'll show you the profile. Sorry, file also. I think add up text for here. Okay, where it is, where it is, where it is, and not here. Hmm, okay. Okay, yeah. This is the project that I did when I was in Nepal. Okay, and I created one website for the airlines company and the booking applications. I think I have shown to you or not. Okay, so this is the project that I try to give a kind of what do you call. I'm choosing a one specific color. There are only two different colors. I took their both brand color, and from their both brand color, I create one shade of yellow, okay, and then I applied. So blue and yellow. Rest of the other there are no any other color that you can see throughout whole project or throughout whole website. Okay, there is only blue and color. So this is how you can play with the color, and you can create. Uh, any kind of mobile application or any user interface with the help of only one or two colors. And for the good brand, you have to stick with very less colors. Okay, one or two, max one or two. More than that, it gives a little bit like messy vibes. Or if you are very good at playing with the colors, and if you can play with the color, obviously you can play with it. Okay, it's a creativity. It's just that you have to show the masses how you are trying to play. Okay, but it depends upon you. For example, let's explain why and how like I'm giving some kind of color variation. For example, here we can see the arc line for the aeroplane. So generally, if airplanes take off and land, that is why I arc line in the middle of there is. I'm giving a focus for the aeroplane. Okay, and here you can see the refundable is in a green color. So why generally refundable and non-refundable? Is that non-refundable? No, no. Okay, the refundable and non-refundable. Refundable is happy for the customer. They need a kind of green signal to understand. If I try to apply any yellow color related with this brand, then it won't be very much highlighted because there are other area also yellow. Okay, so this select color is select sorry this button is quite highlighted, and this on another but area also highlighted, and this also area is highlighted. Because of that, the refundable word might be not visible for the user. Because of that, instead of applying their main primary color, I chose green, and the green means it's success and good. Okay, so as a color emotion wise also. So see, all over the areas we can see blue and the gray color, but here only there is a one green color. So it gives a kind of direct attention to the user so that they can directly understand, and they don't have to read, and they don't have to spend much time to look what it is and what it means. Okay, so this is how you try to like play with the colors so that uh, which information is much more important, and what kind of color that we have to focus whenever we apply it on our user interface. This is how you need to think. Okay, and another thing, so the way I'm applying for the color is always right. I'm not saying that. Okay, so there is always a room for change, and there is always a, a person's mindset how you want to use the color and how you want to portray the information. Okay, it just depends upon your information. How do you want to portray it? Okay, how do you want to show the information? Okay, which information is much more priority than any other? Depending on that information, depending on that text, that you can focus on particular color, and you can share, you can build your user interface based on your color preferences. Okay, so yeah, this is for the color theories. And yesterday's class, I asked something for with the Kingsley. So I don't know whether he is prepared or not. Let me ask with Kingsley. If it is prepared, then he can share, or if not, then we can talk on tomorrow's class. So, Kingsley, do you have anything to share? Have you created
Yeah, yeah.
any screen?
Good evening, sir.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, I'm trying to like build something, but I was able to like do the paper on. This is something fresh, entirely different from the this in app. But
Hmm.
by tomorrow class, it should be ready.
No, okay, no
Just
worries, no
understand.
worries, no worries then. Okay, no worries then. Then tomorrow, I'm requesting you tomorrow try to be present with the at least two three screen at least. Okay, so whatever we
Sorry.
studied, try to apply all those things. Okay,
Okay,
you
sir.
should not go with the perfect idea, or I need to create a perfect app or perfect user interface. Just
Okay.
try to what do you call create any application. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. So, well, and Thamil, after many days, welcome back. And how you? I hope you are doing good. And if you have anything, you can share.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, I'm doing better now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to back to class.
Okay.
Actually, I have a doubt. While you were saying this color theory, you said
Mm-hmm.
it's good to have one or two colors, basically a brand color.
Mm-hmm.
So minimal colors are good. So
Mm-hmm.
if we are doing projects like kids app or something, we have to use more colors, right? So is that
Uh,
okay to use only one
so,
single color to attract kids? Or
uh, which have you just now? I didn't hear that particular main word. So which app?
yeah,
Kid app?
actually, yeah, kids for kids. If
Okay,
we are
okay.
designing an app for
For
kids,
kids. Okay, for kids. Okay, it depends upon totally. See, uh, kids' minds are very colorful, a kind of happy. They don't think about the future. They don't worry about the past, what they have done. They just want to like be in a present, and they really enjoy their time. Okay, so whenever they are looking for any kind of application, most of the times adult or a teenager or some a little bit grown up person will use their application. Okay, So based on application, okay, if you are designing any things that are for printable, then there might be a different application while choosing the color. But here I'm talking about the digital product, maybe websites or maybe applications. Okay, based on that, the use case can be uh, actual target might be the what do you call it, children or anything, but the main user might be the grown up, like maybe after 12 years, cause most of the parents will like strictly prohibited to use the mobile or any applications. Okay, so so on that reason, what you can do is, for example, let's say the application or a website you are designing for kids means it gives a kind of childish vibe. Okay, so you need to show that vibe. For that, we can go with the orange and its variation, cause orange is fun and things like creativity. Okay, and the orange and purple also you can choose, but don't try to go with many color that so with the use of one color and it's of like a different version of hue and saturation or shade, we can create much more color, okay, with one specific color. So on
So
that
we have to choose a specific color, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
we can add some more colors
Hmm.
just for other buttons like, am I right?
Yeah, yeah, you are right. So first try to understand the emotion, okay? Likewise, for example, if you are creating a any application for the kids, that doesn't mean you need to apply all the colors. So the kids are for the cheerful fun, okay? These are the two adjective words. Let's say cheer and the cheerful and the fun, okay? So what kind of color like actually resemble the cheer and fun? For example, let's take an example of a real natural scenario. When children feel happy, if there is a very hot sunny or if there is a kind of morning and evening situation when there is a weather is quite cool and warm. Obviously, at the warm and the cool on timing, the children mostly get excited and they would like to play. Okay, and if you look for the warm color is related with the orange and the yellow and shade of red color can be happen. And out of that, you can choose any one and you can create a lot of other shades. Okay, so just try to
Okay.
understand the emotion of particular things, anything. If you are looking for the marketplace, or maybe if you are trying to build any like you have an idea that you wanted to build like create a gift no reminder app. Okay, so that reminder app, then you can go with the purple kind of color because it's a little bit or maybe a blue because you are giving a trust for the customer so that they can trust on that particular app and they can rely on that app. Okay, so this app actually give me remind me a particular date for my loved one. So likewise, try to apply the emotion first and then choose the color. Don't try to choose the color and then apply the emotion for the brand. First, try to understand the brand and its voice or tone. Okay. Let
Okay,
me
sir.
add something. Okay. Let me add something. So
Yeah.
while creating a brand guideline, just I remember one thing. We always try to like point out the tone and voice of business. So tone and voice of business means what it actually deliver the message is. So what kind of a business is? So if it is like aggressive with the market or very slowly like taking slow phase like a lion. So generally lion walks very slow and the walk of lion is quite good and calm, and like cat also walk very slow and soft. Okay, so what kind of voice and what kind of tone? I mean what kind of organization is this? The organization trying to be aggressive in the market, or it's very going very smoothly towards the customer? Okay, how they are approaching their customer? Okay, for example, if you look into the TikTok, so in TikTok, most of the TikTok influencer or what say TikTok use what do you call TikToker say like very fast and they wanted to hook their audience within a fraction of seconds, like 2 3 seconds, and because of that the color are very dramatized, and they try to use multiple a little bit highlighted colors so that they can attract their customer, some specific brand wise. Okay, not everyone like who randomly dance on a TikTok video, but see, try to understand the company's voice and tone, and try to understand the emotion, what kind of organization, and then after that try to what do you call apply the color. But here in now, if you are working only in a startup company, then you can think of the color. But if you are working on any particular organization that are well established, then you don't have to think much more about the color theories. But try to create, you need to understand how you can create a shade of color and how you can play with the colors. Okay, this is the thing that you have to understand. Rest is quite good. Okay, is there anything?
No, sir.
Okay, then let's end today's class. And okay, I think if Kingsley will prepare something, then next day we will talk about your project. If you are okay and if you are good to go with the project, then at least try to come up with the two, three projects, and then we will discuss one by one, and it will give a little bit good practice for us also. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, then have a good night, and see you on the next class. Okay, bye bye. Take care.
All right.
Yeah,
Take care,
thank you,
sir.
sir.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.